Hi, this is Thresden, and this is part 4 of an Elder Scrolls Online Seasons of the Worm Cult walkthrough. In the previous episode, we finished all of the content for Shore Stand. This area right here, you can see it's turned white now because we convinced Shore Stand to aid the Stirk Fellowship. But before I leave this area, I want to go over here and get this Sky Shard.
All over and done, our village founded with ease. They sat back and ate the cheese.
And then I will continue with the main quest. But I don't want to leave here before I get that Sky Shard. My buff food wore off right when I hit the ground there. Casting its gaze over the favorite fishing spot of local Nords. Right, I'm gonna have to take out this monster here. Let's see, do I have any skills I need to get? Got all that. All of those. All of those. I've got pretty much everything. Okay, I'll just add some crafting abilities, I guess, for now. Can always use crafting abilities. Can't hurt. Alright, so now I'm going to go over here and see what's going on with these alchemical deterrents. Oh, here's a delve. I'll do the delve later. I want to try to get out of this little mini map here, get onto the regular map.
I am a dreg, a hard-shelled storm caller.
And I am an Ornog, a sea-riding shellcracker.
I am... curses. You win again, Vikskir.
What the hell was that all about?
Welcome, friend. Have you come to face Vikskir in a game of tooth and claw? Or will you quiver in your boots like these other so-called challengers?
How do you play Tooth and Claw?
Tooth and Claw is a game of wits, played around the halls of Shore Stand. I name an animal, and you choose another to counter it. We keep going until one of us fails to name a creature that can overcome the other.
Is that all?
Is that all? The little bird says. I propose a test. As I am the champion, I will begin with a beast, and you will name its counter. If I say, I am a wolf with a flesh-rending bite, how would you respond?
I'm a snake with a venomous bite. I could choose to say I'm a bear with a thick hide and mighty claws, but I think a snake would be better. Snake could definitely kill a wolf, right?
You chose to counter a big bite with a small bite. My wolf just gobbles up your pitiful serpent.
I disagree.
Forgive me, I should not judge you so harshly when this is practice. What say you to a real game, hmm? Ready to face Vixgear, the champion beast tamer?
Let's play Tooth and Claw.
We begin with a small, yet feisty beast. I am a rat with a pestilent bite.
I am a raven with talons like knives. I could say I'm a squirrel with nut-cracking teeth, but I think a raven is better.
I am a cat with claws that cut wings.
Well, I mean, a rabbit... I don't think a rabbit could beat a cat. A dog could not really beat a cat either, because a dog will scratch... A cat will swipe at the dog's nose, and the dog will run away. But a rabbit certainly can't defeat a cat. So I'm going to say I am a dog with a taste for sweet cats.
I am a boar with tusks that break bone.
So I could say I'm a troll that loves pork charred or raw. Or I could say I am a gwar with a head like solid rock. Let's say I'm a gwar. I think having a head like solid rock is important, so I'm going to try it.
Oh, the beast you chose is too weak to stand against my tooth and
lost.
claw. Come find me again after you sharpen your wit.
All right. Lure kick?
Your tooth and claw skills are impressive. You truly have what it takes to become a master of the verbal battle, provided you can beat Vixgear.
All right, I'll try it some other time. All right, there is a world boss, but I want to know what this is. Is this another delve? This is a point of interest. Ziktak Ruins. Alright, I'm going to place the alchemical deterrent. I've got to place 3 more. Wonder what that sound is. Thought I heard a sound like a portal or something. Alright, I need to go back and talk to Lector Volinaro. I think that was a daily quest. What a weird daily quest to get. It's not a delve, it's not a world boss. It's not any of the usual stuff.
Nothing here. I need to get inside. Traveler, please join my sacred mission.
High Priest Eraamine.
Just as my strength wavers, the Light Queen sends you to me, a clear sign that I must persist. I lead an order of devotees to Meridia. Have you seen the ruins of Broken Light Temple on the hill? Our mission is its glorious restoration.
How do you plan to restore it?
By surviving the dangers within. You see, the temple collapsed centuries ago. Time hid the reasons. Now, a monstrous sentinel guards it, killing intruders. But locked inside is a font of Meridia's power. That's how I'll restore its former glory.
How will this power help you?
I believe this power can cleanse any dark threats from the temple and restore Meridia's blessing. Then we can rebuild. Until that time, Broken Light Temple remains dangerous. Would you aid me in this sacred task? I can hire you as my defender.
I'll help you restore the Broken Light Temple.
We must create a way across the bridge to the entrance. That's why I brought a translocation rod. It can repair the gap, but it needs power from a lucent shard. Look in rubble piles around here. I believe Meridia shall provide.
I'd like to learn more about Broken Light Temple's history.
All that's known of the temple's history comes from vague stories on faded parchment. They say Meridia herself instructed Coralania believers to build the temple here. It collapsed mysteriously centuries ago. I'd love to learn why myself.
Interesting. What's the nature of this font of power?
The stories we have describe the font in quite poetic terms. Images of water bubbling from a spring are common, as are descriptions of people bathing in its cleansing light. They claimed it can flow for eternity, which I hope is true.
How did the temple get its name?
Sadly, its true name is lost to time. Broken Light Temple is what the people of Solstice called it after the collapse. The name describes the loss of Meridia's blessing quite well. Perhaps we can learn its true name once we go inside.
Sounds good. Tell me about the Coralanias you mentioned before.
We are a clan of High Elves who call Solstice home. They fled Hammerfell centuries ago and settled on this island, though there's more to the story. We revere 3 Daedric princes, but I am devoted exclusively to Meridia's cleansing light.
I'm interested in something else you mentioned.
Glad to hear our mission piqued your interest. Ask away.
Can you tell me more about your religious order?
The Candescent Order. We're quite small, but strict devotees of Meridia. Most from my house worship all of the 3 queens, but not us. Only the Lady of Light deserves our worship.
The 3 queens?
The most revered Daedric princes, Azura, Nocturnal, and Meridia. We Coralania elves gave up our necromantic ways long ago. My ancestors decided to venerate these princes instead. I, of course, worship Meridia over the others.
And you're the High Priest of this order?
Only because I also founded our group. Worship of Azura and Nocturnal felt so hollow to me, but when I communed with Meridia, her light enveloped me. Speaking about Meridia's supremacy just made sense.
What's that thing you called a translocator rod?
An enchanted device that easily moves large objects. Point it and send an object to an empty planar space. The bearer then releases the object where they please. Originally, it was used to imprison enemies, but it has more practical applications.
Fine, then what's a lucent shard?
A small crystal fragment that can store magical energy. They grow in the depths of oblivion, which makes them rare. But Daedric temples often have them scattered around. If we can find one in this rubble, it will power the rod.
Okay. Alright, let's go in. Wait, there's actually... It's weird, like it's saying that over here is the main story quest. But the side quest is over there. So let's see. Before we go in there, let's see what happens if we go over here. Broken Light Courtyard.
This is fascinating. Fascinating.
There's Gabrielle Benele.
Oh, good! You made it to Solstice. Look at this place. I know it's in ruins now, but once this was a magnificent courtyard with a grand temple beyond, consecrated to the Daedric Prince of Light Meridia. Just think of it.
Prince Azah sent me. Mage Farinor sabotaged the portal, and he thinks you may be in danger.
Farinor? A traitor? When I sensed power here, calling to the staff of Vanus Galarian that I carry, she told me about this old temple. I got so caught up admiring the site that I haven't found anything yet. But what of the Alliance representatives?
Miramol salvaged the spell as best he could and diverted them to other locations on the island.
That's something at least. This place reminds me of a dear friend, Darian Gautier, who served Meridia. I still can't believe he's gone. Perhaps Meridia has a message for me, or the staff wants something here. Can you help me search the area?
Very well. I'll take a look around.
There. While I hold my spell of searching, you examine anything that glows.
How am I going to get up there? I see something glowing, but I can't get up there. Oh, there's stairs. Meridia Idol. This small idol depicts Meridia, the Daedric Prince of Light.
That idol confirms this was indeed a temple of Meridia.
Oh, there's an invisible wall there. The Bell and the Hymn. In the name of the Sunfire, the Radiant One, the Lady of Light, hail, O beloved, thou who are especially favored, indecipherable. On the appointed day, let those lustrants deemed worthy of audience in the colored rooms assemble in the courtyard. Sing ye then the hymn of luminance, indecipherable. As the light of dawn glows upon the brow of the faithful, strike ye then the sacred bell with a blessed mallet. The song of the bell shall be light made tangible. Thus shall the door to the bright lady's realm be opened unto you. Indecipherable section. Who walk in the colored rooms glorify the Lady of Light and gain her blessing for all their days. Another indecipherable section.
An old tome. A lucky find. Age is not kind to paper.
Okay, looks like I've got to go up these stairs. More rubble.
A temple bell. Nearly pristine considering the age of this place.
Interesting.
The items you uncovered are tied to the power that drew me here. I can sense a powerful blessing of Meridia sleeping in that bell.
A book, an idol, and a bell? I don't understand.
Meridia was a powerful ally when we fought Molag Bal in Cold Harbor to end the plane meld. I think I was drawn here to remind me she could help us against the worm cult again. Maybe Vanus reached out through the staff to guide me. I can't quite tell.
Can we use this bell against the worm cult?
Maybe, but I'm not sure how. The bell is rather heavy. Besides, the tome you found suggested opening doors, not blasting evil. I'll need to think about this. I'll return to Sunport, round up the Alliance representatives and meet me there.
I'll look for the others, then meet you back in Sunport. Gabrielle, if you're walking at that pace, it's going to take you a long time to get to town. You going to make a portal? You're just going to stand there, huh?
I wish Vanus Galarian were here. I have a feeling that nothing we've seen on Solstice would surprise him. I'll lead the Mages Guild as best I can, but I'm not the Great Mage.
Okay, you're just going to stand there, huh? Weird. Why are you being weird, Gabrielle? Dirty temple stone. Useless remains of the crumpled, broken light temple. It's worn by weather and time. Loosened shard. A loosened shard found in the rubble of the Broken Light Temple. Right. Alright, let me make sure I'm on the right quest here. Mystery of the Broken Temple, right? We're done with this part of the main quest. So we're gonna do the point of interest now for Broken Light Temple, which is called Mystery of the Broken Temple.
No luck for me. How's your search? Ah, did you find one? A loosened shard from Broken Light Temple will power the translocation rod while in this area. It should look like a glowing crystal.
Here's a loosened shard I found in the rubble.
A bit of tinkering. Here we are. It already feels much more powerful. I think we can clear a path now. Since Meridia chose you to help, you should wield the rod. I'll explain how it works. Come with me.
All right, let's do it.
Come, up the stairs. Use the rod to capture this rubble here. Just point and it will understand your intent. Success! Now point the rod here to release the stones.
Wait, we're over here? Okay.
Bless the light! You've got it! Now we can cross.
Nice.
Let's get inside.
All right, we're inside Broken Light Temple.
I'm in here, traveler. You must see this. Incredible. The Great Hall of Broken Light Temple. The glyph on these massive doors. I recognize it. Our goal is through here. I call on Her Lady's brilliance to shine upon...
No, don't.
I'm devoted to Meridia. That should have worked. Look for anything that explains these doors.
Okay, I was worried she was dying or something. I just want to get some loot. Why'd she have to run off and start doing that immediately and not give me time to loot? I can break that down and get some Electrum. There's some bookshelves with books I've already read. Right, let's check this out. Our final act. Our faith led us awry. Meridia has withdrawn her blessings from our people. Carissia's ascension to Blessed Sentinel drove High Priest Tomarian mad. This fight between two jealous lovers only ends in catastrophe for our priesthood and the temple itself. We expect the Radiant One to cleanse the failings of our order by making us all purified. So shall be her will. We priests still trapped inside plan a final act of devotion by securing the powerful cynosure at the heart of this temple. No one other than Meridia's most faithful shall access her strength. We established ritual locks deep inside the Eastern Dawn Wing and Western Purity Wing. Only a true believer in Meridia may perform the ritual of light and undo the locks. Our Lady of Light will judge worthiness for herself. Once the rituals are performed, then these doors shall open. May this protect the power from corruption. May it never fall into the wrong hands.
Does that parchment offer answers? Show me, please.
Okay, I'll show you in just a minute, once I'm done looting. Ooh. We're Cleric style? Do I have that one yet? I've already got it. Alright.
The cynosure. That's how the old parchments describe the font of power. It's a focus of Meridia's attention. If jealousy led to the collapse, then purification of the Order is just. The purified are walking embodiments of Meridia's will.
The letter says to perform rituals to unlock the cynosure doors.
Yes, a ritual of light in the two wings of the temple. The Dawn Wing to the east, and Purity Wing to the west.
Right.
It doesn't describe what the ritual involves. I have faith in my devotion to Meridia. We'll figure it out.
Do you know anything about each wing?
I could see from the outside that the Western Purity Wing collapsed long ago. It looked overgrown with plants. The Eastern Dawn Wing appeared intact, though. Maybe we'll see more of the old architecture there. So, what do you think? Purity or Dawn?
Well, it sounds like you think we should go to the Dawn Wing, so let's start on the Dawn Wing.
Dusty and old architecture it is. I am genuinely excited to see what it looks like in there. This building is my inheritance in a way. Head over and I'll meet you inside the Eastern Wing.
Alright, we can't go through here because the Temple Cynosure is not open. So we need to go to the Eastern Wing. Ooh, new recipe. Alright, let's do this. Let's sell all this junk.
Tremble and lurkers.
Ooh, I don't have that yet. That's okay. I'll get it in a few days or whatever. It'll automatically be added to my sticker book. Have I used this?
I can count on one tentacle.
Have I used my XP thing? This right here? Alright, now I've used it. Okay, let's go through the door.
We don't know much about this wing. Look for any information about what we can expect.
There's a rusted lockbox here.
A priest's lockbox of personal belongings. I can learn about worship practices from long ago.
Good for you. Here's a shining gem.
I don't sense any magic on that crystal. Purely decorative.
Ah, what a shame. Gleaming Amulet of Faith.
That amulet calls to me. What is it?
Are you okay?
Mortals who walk these hallowed halls.
Oh boy.
Please hear me out.
Really? It's gonna be like this?
Connection. My mind has linked to the body of this priest. It feels miraculous. I am Carisia, former priest of Meridia, now the blessed sentinel of this temple. You and this mortal I speak through. Explain yourselves. Why are you here?
Carissa, could you kindly exit her body? That's just weird. High Priest Eraamine wants to access the cynosure and restore the temple. What have you done to her?
High Priest. Her strong faith must fuel the connection through my old amulet. Through her, I can speak in a way I cannot in my own body. And you want the cynosure. My fortune continues. That power is the only way to free me.
What do you want to be freed from?
I am the sentinel for this temple. I once saw the role as a blessing. In truth, it binds mortals in eternal service to Meridia.
Okay.
Only destroying the cynosure can set me free. Go east along the path. I will return soon.
I'll see you there.
Our interests align, mortal. I will return in the northern hall.
You know, it's funny, in Craglorn... Oh, she finally exited her body.
I heard what she said. Go ahead, while I take a moment to recover.
In Craglorn, there's a quest where you help a girl to become a servant of Meridia, just like this person is. This person becomes a servant to Meridia, and like, she can never leave the temple that she's in, but it's the only way for you to survive, so you end up having to do it.
Such a feeling of intrusion. I could hear the words, feel my mouth move, but was powerless to resist. I feel unwell. Just go ahead. I noticed crumbled walkways. Use the rod again to make a path to the ritual site. I'll be along shortly.
Carissa said she wants to destroy the cynosure.
I heard. Her words sounded desperate. If the cynosure binds people into service to Meridia, how could that be bad? I would feel honored. I want to hear more of her tale, but I'd prefer a different method for receiving it.
Yeah, seems like a conflict. Seems like a moral dilemma for you. Not for me. Me, the Nightblade who's only out for himself, I say, don't be in service to Meridia. But you have to deal with the conflict that I do not. Okay, so we're gonna have to use the rod. Probably we're gonna have to go downstairs. Report on Carissa. Under the guise of temple security, Priest Mingewe requested that I quietly learn more about our newest member, Carissa. This comes after the revelation of a romantic relationship between her and head priest Tomarion. Uh-oh. Access to such a privileged position could threaten our worship in a variety of ways. It's medieval sexual harassment, apparently. I performed several tasks of questionable ethics, including searching her room and trailing her when she left the temple. Yeah, that's really justified, sure. I'm not proud, but the task is too important to fail. Whatever you say, I can mostly confirm that she is who she appears to be. It seems as though her devotion to Meridia is true. However, I did catch her meeting strangers deep in the forest several times late at night. I couldn't hear their conversation without exposing myself, but they exchanged items at each meeting. Additionally, I found unusual pendants under her bed. They were not plain, unadorned jewelry, and the iconography was definitely not that of Meridia. I advise that we continue to observe her behavior. Do not act overtly suspicious, but take note of any irregularities. Alright, let's kill this thing. Alright, now we'll run upstairs and build a bridge.
Look at this chamber. I can imagine what past acolytes felt here.
Well, one good thing about this chamber, I know you're all like, oh, Meridian! But, you know, what I'm into is, like, there's a lot of loot. What's this? Nope, nothing there. Oh, so much loot. I guess I'm going the right way. Alright, making progress, slowly but surely. Ooh, what's this? A lead? Okay. It's a blue lead. I don't do antiquities too much. It's not that useful to me. Alright, now where am I gonna build a bridge? Am I supposed to go back upstairs and build a bridge? Or can I go upstairs from the other side? No, I don't want the torch bug. like I got a recipe that maybe I didn't have before. Let's see. Oh, I got a furnishing blueprint and a recipe. Great. Alright, so where do I build this, where do I build this bridge? Oh, what's this? I think it's more stones. Did I need more stones? Is that even going to do anything? I need to get up here, maybe. There's no way to get up there from here. I'm going to have to find the stairs. I basically have to go all the way around. Do I go back up? Yes, go here.
Good job clearing the way. I think we're close.
Ooh, wow. That's beautiful.
The wonders of this wing are amazing. Keep searching for the ritual site. I'll catch up.
Look, offerings to Meridia. I mean, to me. I did need the second pile of rocks. I did need the second one.
Wait, friend. I feel Carisia taking control again.
Halt! We must speak before you proceed.
Alright, we'll speak. As soon as I get done looting your beautiful temple of all of its treasure, we'll speak.
You approach the ritual site. Here, you will unlock one of the Sinoshore's doors. I must warn you, I am inside. As the Blessed Sentinel, I serve Meridia's will. When you enter, I will attack. I cannot control my actions.
We need access to the Sinoshore. If you're in the way, I must defeat you.
You
misunderstand. I pray for my defeat. You must perform the unlocking ritual. But if the Sinoshore remains, the Sentinel's energy lingers, and eventually reforms. So you must destroy it. You cannot allow other monstrous beings to gain its power.
What kind of monstrous beings?
Meridian, a former High Priest. He sought to build an army with the Cynosaur, one under his complete control. In a selfish rage, he destroyed the temple when Meridia chose me as Sentinel. This is why you must destroy the Cynosaur.
Okay, so I could say High Priest Eraamine believes the Cynosaur will restore the temple. Or I can say, this sounds similar to how you control Eraamine. I understand your desperation, but it hurts her. Or I can say, very hard to take your anti-control stance seriously when you keep possessing Eraamine. Stop it. You know, I'm really unhappy about this whole Cynosaur thing. Like, my character is not into Meridia. He doesn't care about Meridia. He's really just not happy about this whole thing. So, I understand why she's, having all these issues, but I'm gonna say very hard to take your anti-control stance seriously when you keep possessing Eraamine. Stop it.
I have suffered for all these centuries. Now that I finally have a chance at freedom, I will do anything. The Cynosaur must be destroyed, and I will do whatever I must to make that happen. Enter the ritual site. See what the Cynosaur does to mortals.
I agree the Cynosaur needs to be
Prepare
destroyed.
yourself for battle.
I'm prepared for battle. Let's do it.
By the light! Sentinel Caricia, I'll shield you from her wrath.
I can feel her. This shell will fall.
I raised the shield.
You must hurry before I reform.
Okay, you raised the shield for me too late. I already defeated the thing. Alright, this is the Cynosaur. Let's destroy it. Wait, what? Oh, I need to talk to her?
I'm glad we prevailed over Sentinel Caricia. She possessed immense power and had such little control over it. Seeing her makes me question the purpose of the Cynosaur. I have a lot to think about. In the meantime, let's complete this ritual.
How do I start the ritual?
Start by supplicating on the tile I direct you to. Then I will begin the chant and tell you where to go. When I mention a cardinal direction, you'll need to walk to the appropriate tile. That's it.
Do I need to be a follower of Meridia for this to work? Or I can say, how exciting to worship here in this temple. I hope my faith in Meridia is strong enough. Not what I'm going to say. I'm going to say, I don't worship Daedra. Not Meridia, not any of them.
I completely understand. Not everyone accepts Meridia's blessed light. I didn't expect you to become one of the faithful when you joined me. I can be the conduit through which her blessed energies flow. Just follow the chant and it will work.
Then what happens?
This looks like an allegory for a constellation of stars. I've read works about Meridia's connection to stars, but I consider it heresy. I can remember enough to recreate the constellation, though. Don't worry, I'll tell you which way to go.
Alright, let's do it.
Excellent. Now follow along. The constellation of Our Lady rises in the west. We draw a line to the eastern star. Then to the north. The link is made to the south. That did it. One successfully completed ritual. Now we can explore the Purity Wing to the west.
Okay, so we got half of it.
The ritual worked. Half of the ward is down.
Alright, half of the ward is down. But I'm going to have to stop the video right here. In the next episode, we will do the Purity Wing and see if we can take down this half, and then we'll fight the final boss at the end. Thanks for watching. See you next time.